Once upon a time, there lived a miller and his beautiful daughter. The miller always dreamt of being rich. Because of this, all he ever did was lie to people around him. The fame of the miller's story went all the way to the king. Calling him to the castle, the king decided to give the miller a lesson. But the miller didn't hesitate on lying to him.
Your Highness, my daughter can turn straw into gold threads.
The king did not believe him.
Okay, if you say so, bring her here tomorrow. Show us how so that we can believe you.
When the miller told his daughter, she was furious. "Father, you lied again! What am I going to do now?" Her father was very embarrassed. The following day, helplessly, the miller and his daughter went to the king. The king took the girl into a room. In the room were a spinning wheel and a basket full of straw for her to string.
By sunrise, I want you to turn all the straw into gold. If you don't, a very big punishment will be waiting for you.
The king had the miller locked in the dungeon. As for his daughter, he placed 2 guards at her door. The girl looked at both the straw and the spinning wheel and helplessly began to cry. "Oh, Daddy!" Suddenly, a light appeared in the room. When the light disappeared, a small, ugly elf appeared. The girl looked at the little man with great confusion.
And why might you be crying?
"The king wants me to turn this straw into gold, but I can't do it."
I can do this for you, but I wonder what you can give me in return.
The girl took her necklace off and gave it to the elf. As soon as the elf got the necklace, he sat in front of the spinning wheel and began to spin the straw. Round and round as the wheel began to spin, the pulley started to fill with golden string. In a short while, the elf turned all the straw into gold, and just as he had appeared, he disappeared. It was now morning. The king entered the room, and once he saw the pulleys, he was amazed.
I thought your father was a liar. He has amazed me.
The girl thought about escaping and was very happy, but the king just brought in more straw.
If you want to be free, you must turn all the straw into gold by morning.
The girl began to cry once again, and the ugly elf appeared.
I can turn these into gold as well, but what will you give me in return?
The girl reached to her precious ring and gave it to the little man. "I can give you this very precious ring, which was given to me by my mother." The elf got the ring and began to spin the straw. Round and round as the wheel turned, the pulley filled with golden string. By the morning, it all finished. The baskets were full of gold. When the king entered the room, he was very happy. This time, he filled the whole room with straw.
If you manage to turn all this straw into gold, I'm going to forgive both you and your father. In fact, I'm going to ask for you to be my queen.
As soon as the king left the room, the elf appeared once again. But this time, there was nothing that the girl could give him. The elf said, "After you marry the king, you must give me the child you give birth to. This way, I will turn all this straw into gold." Helplessly, the girl accepted his offer. This time round, the elf began to work much faster. Round and round as the spinning wheel spun, the pulley began to fill with gold. It was morning once again, and the king entered. He saw the gold and was very happy. He proposed to the girl. The girl was now a queen. After a short time had passed, the queen had a child. One day when the queen was putting her baby to sleep, the elf appeared.
Did you forget the promise you gave me?
No, I have not. But please don't take my baby away. The elf felt sorry for the queen and gave her one chance.
If in 3 days you find out what my name is, you can keep your child.
Once the elf disappeared, the queen began to think. She called the guard and got him to make a list of all the names in the country. The guard made a list of all the names on a piece of paper and by morning brought it to the queen. In the morning, the elf reappeared and asked the queen what his name was. And so the queen began to read all the names on the piece of paper. Is it David?
No.
Robert?
No.
Tom?
No.
Peter?
No.
After the queen finished reading out all the names, the elf said,
None of them. I'm leaving now, but I will be back tomorrow.
And he disappeared. The queen called the guard and this time asked the guard to make a list of all the names in the neighbouring kingdoms. Before it was morning, the guard wrote down all the names he found on a piece of paper and gave it to the queen. When the sun rose, the elf reappeared.
So, were you able to find my name?
Balthazar!
No.
Hans?
No.
Mustafa! Gustav! No matter how many names she counted, she just couldn't find it.
Tomorrow is the last day. I'll be back. But you don't stand a chance.
The elf disappeared once again. The queen called the guard and this time asked that they travelled more countries and got more names. At sunrise, the guard made his way to the queen and began to explain all that he had seen the night before.
While I was walking in the forest, I saw a small house and there were talking trees. And the dwarf jumping around the fire singing a song. The baby will be mine, she will be my sunshine. For this moment I've been waiting, my name is Rumpelstiltskin.
The queen was very happy to hear all that was said. And so it was morning, and the elf reappeared. When he asked the queen what his name was, the queen made it as if she didn't know his name, and began to count different names. Shaking his head, the elf kept on saying no. As the queen got the wrong answers, he just got happier and happier. In the end, the queen said his name. Is it Rumpelstiltskin?
But, how could you have known? This can't be. A wizard must have told you. Yes, a wizard.
The elf stomped his foot on the ground and the floor cracked and his foot got buried. Then as he tried to get away, he stomped his other foot and the floor cracked even more. And down he went. Finally, the queen got rid of the greedy elf and later went over to the king and honestly explained all that had happened. The king saw that the queen regretted what had happened and so he forgave her. As for her father, the king thought the right thing to do was to punish him. And so he sent him far away out of the kingdom. And so the king, queen, and their child lived a wealthy and healthy life. Once upon a time, somewhere very far in the land of the elves, lived 3 elves. These elves were getting ready to become good-hearted fairies, and off they went on their journey to the world of humans.
Our duty awaits for us, guys. Come on. I'm very excited. Finally, we too will see the world of humans.
I want every single person to be very happy.
If we help the humans and make them happy, we too will become good-hearted fairies.
In an old house, there lived an old man and his wife. The old man made a living by making shoes in his workshop in their home, and sometimes he repaired old shoes. The shoemaker bought new leather to make new shoes from the money he earned. One day, he bought leather from the money he had made. He arrived home. The piece of the leather he had bought was only enough to make one pair of shoes. He left the piece of leather on the table, left the room, closing the door, and went into his bedroom. In the morning, the shoemaker woke up. Sitting in his bed, he had a good stretch. He thought about the type of shoe he was going to make. And like every other morning, he finished the breakfast his wife had prepared for him.
Thank you very much, dear. I must be off to work now. Today I will make a very nice pair of shoes.
Last night you made a pair of shoes. Do you have enough leather to make another pair? The old man was amazed because he knew he didn't make any shoes before he slept last night. And so the old man quickly ran to his workshop and his wife followed. As he opened the door, what does he see? The piece of leather he had left on the table from night before had turned into very pretty shoes. The shoemaker's eyes nearly came out of its sockets.
When did I make these shoes? I do not remember. I think I have become really old.
The shoes were that pretty that the shoemaker quickly put them in front of the window and waited for a customer. Soon after, a rather wealthy-looking customer saw the shoes from the window and came in.
Good day. I would like to buy the pair of shoes in front of the window. Doesn't matter what it costs. They are by far the best pair of shoes I have ever seen.
The old man, with great happiness, saw the pair of shoes, and he didn't ask for any more than what it was worth. This time the shoemaker was on his way to get leather for the 2 pairs of shoes. And again he left the leather on top of the table, and before he left the room, he turned around and had another look at the piece of leather and went off to bed. As soon as he woke up, he ran straight to his workshop. This time round, there were 2 pairs of amazing shoes sitting on the table. Once again, the shoemaker was very happy. He placed the shoes in front of the window. The same day, he sold both pairs of shoes for a very good price. And off he went again to buy more leather. Of course, in the meantime, he was wondering who was making these lovely pairs of shoes. He placed the leather on the table and went to his room. In the morning, he had a pile of shoes on the table. The shoemaker sold every single pair that day. For a very long time, the old man was able to make a living with the money he had made from the shoes. With some of the money he had made, he continued to buy leather. But the shoemaker was so curious as to how and who was making these pairs of shoes. At last, one night, he decided to hide in the closet in his workshop and was determined to find out who was making them.
Tonight I will finally be able to meet the shoemaker.
When the time had passed midnight, the workshop's window opened and in entered the elves. One of the elves accidentally bumped into a flower pot. Hearing the noise, the old man jumped out of his spot.
Would you be careful? You're going to wake them up.
When the old man pushed the door and had a sneak peek, he couldn't believe his eyes. He rubbed his eyes, looked again, and what did he see? There were 3 elves on the table. They were dancing and working at the same time. One of them cut the leather, one was sewing, and the other one was gluing it together. Then they tied the laces and polished the shoes. The elves were working so fast that with the flick of an eye, there were countless pairs of shoes on the counter. They're all beautiful!
Come on, let's leave before someone wakes up.
The elves left as they had arrived, dancing with joy and laughter. The shoemaker stepped out of his hiding place. He ran to his wife and told her all that had happened. And of course, his wife couldn't believe what she heard. But when she saw the countless pairs of shoes sitting on the counter, she knew that her husband couldn't do them all in one night. They agreed to thank the elves for what they had done. The following day, the old shoemaker's wife prepared a feast. At midnight, when the elves arrived at the workshop, they saw the feast on the table.
Look at all that food. Do you think it's been prepared for us?
Of course it is for us, you silly. Otherwise, why would they bring it at this hour?
I think we have completed our mission in this house. Now we can go to the other houses that need our help.
The shoemaker and his wife woke up and walked into the workshop, and instead of seeing the food they had left, they saw a pile of shiny shoes. After that day, the elves never returned again. The old shoemaker and his wife were able to get by with all the money they had earned for the rest of their lives. The shoemaker thought that after working for so many years, this was his reward. That is why he never stopped making shoes, and whenever he thought about the little elves, he was forever thankful and grateful.